guys, this is Lethal Ghost here. I want to make sure my volume is up. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Lethal Ghost here, and today we are going to discuss something of very trivial matters. Now, we've discussed this before, we haven't discussed this actually, but still, I'd like to discuss it right now. Are you ready? Okay. Forget that. The multiverse. Very big, very expanding. But what happens if you take the multiverse and divide it? No, what happens if you take Earth and divide it into infinitesimal numbers of Earths? Well, that's what we're going to be going over. So, yeah. And the way we're going to go over it is we're going to go into like detail about each of the multiverses. These multiverses constantly shifting and going and these multiverses are like big, and I can't even explain it, but I will explain this. If you ever decide to go outside the universe, I recommend you don't. So let's start with here. The Batverse. Leatherwing Batman. Well, some depictions of Batman enjoy exploring the more gray aspects of his character. Others portray him as outright evil. On Earth 10, notice Earth is numbered here. That's because I said take Earth, divide it into infinite Earths, and just go with it. An alternative universe Bruce Wayne alter ego is Leatherwing, a merciless enforcer of the Nazi Party. Ooh. Red Sun Batman. Red Sun tells a terrifying what-if story in the universe Superman is raised in the Soviet Union instead of the United States, which drastically impacts the course of the Cold War. As a champion of the USSR, Superman enforces the will of his Soviet masters with brutal enthusiasm. And the Red Sun Batman does the same thing. The Grim Knight. Mainstream Batman is stoically committed to his no guns rule, but what if he wasn't? Sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles. The result is Grim Knight, an old amalgamation of Bruce Wayne and the Punisher. After the murder of his parents, this version of Bruce guns down Joe Chill in cold blood. The experience colors the rest of his life, teaching him that most problems can be solved with violence. Yay, violence. The Flashpoint Batman. The Flashpoint story arc explores an alternative timeline. Notice how they say timeline here? Because it's alternative. Where many of the DC Universe's characters are drastically altered. The Batman of this reality isn't actually Bruce Wayne at all, but rather his father, Thomas. In this universe, Bruce is killed as a child by Joe Chill, while his parents survive. Bent on revenge, Thomas takes up the mantle of Batman instead. Castle of Batman. Castle of the Bat, an Elseworld story published in 1994, is Bruce Wayne's version of Frankenstein. Set in 1819, Bruce is a medical student who seeks to resurrect his long-dead father through the use of unnatural scientific methods, of course. His experiments ultimately bear fruit, although Thomas Wayne isn't revived in the manner that Bruce expects. Vampire Batman. The Batman and Dracula trilogy adds a supernatural twist to Bruce Wayne's life vigilant as a vigilante yeah. In this collection of stories, Batman defeats Dracula but not before getting infected himself. At first, Bruce manages to contain his newfound bloodlust, but eventually he succumbs to his inner demons. Darklaw. Imagine Wolverine and Batman combined. Well, that's exactly what DC did, and they made it very specific. Darklaw Batman is Wolverine, you can see the yellow right there, combined with Batman. You can see his claws too, Wolverine's claws, and his yellow mask up on the top. But you can mostly see some of Batman's blackness, like his black cow ears. Yeah. Batman 1,000,000. Batman is a member of the Justice Legion Alpha and the warden of the dangerous asylum planet of Pluto. He patrols the entire planet himself, aided by only his sidekick Robin, the toy wonder. This Batman is like Superman 1,000,000, but way better. Terry was born in Gotham City, or Batman Beyond. I forgot to say in there. Terry was born in Gotham City to Warren and Mary McGinnis, a research scientist at Wayne Powers and an astronomer at Astrotech, respectively. He, as a former member of the street gang run by youthful racketeer Charlie Big Time Bigelow, Terry, as a small-time criminal, he has numerous run-ins with the Gotham City Police. At age 14, when his pair 20 years after Batman's disappearance from Gotham, due to Bruce Wayne's retirement on account of cardiovascular disease, Terry finds himself on the run from the Joker Z, another street gang who have modeled themselves after the long-dead legendary criminal, the Joker. Terry flees on to the grounds of Wayne Manor, where an aged Bruce comes to his defense, and together they are subdue and ward off the Joker Z. The strain of the fight places substantial stress on Bruce's weak heart, so Terry helps Bruce into the mansion and gets him his medication. Bruce proceeds to fall asleep afterward. Terry attempts to leave, but Bruce's dog Ace stops him with hostility. He then tries to call his father, but then notices a bat stuck inside a grandfather clock. As he tries to free it, he stumbles upon the entrance to the Batcave and realizes that Bruce was the city's heroic Dark Knight. He is then forced out by enraged Bruce. Bruce didn't know what I did there. Where going through a divorce, even serving as 3 months stint in juvenile hall. Now this Batman is impressive because in a multiverse full of infinite Earths in the DC universe, that Batman was very, very advanced. Red Death. Red Death is Batman infused with the power of Barry Allen, aka the Flash. Super speed, now he streaks across the Speed Force as a comet of red and black light, a grim reaper that takes the life of anyone who gets in his way. This is kind of like Black Flash and Red Flash combined, except Batman is the Black Flash in this scenario. Sorcerer Batman. This Batman has the art of magic by his side. Born with the power of sorcery and magic, this Batman has earned himself a spot in the Council of Wizards and his world. That is until Batman 2099 came and offered him a spot on a team in the Batman, Spider, whatever you want to call it, verse. Society in New York has, and he accepted. So, the reason why I edited this is because DC and Marvel would make a collab, but decided not to, I think. Well, they made a collab with Darklaw, of course, because that's Wolverine and Batman combined. But the reason why I'm saying this is because it's a long story. Owlman, Thomas Wayne Jr. Originally, Owlman is a super intelligent supervillain whose real name was never given. He was created as an evil counterpart to Batman. He is a member of the criminal organization known as the Crime Syndicate of America, who originated and operated on the reverse Earth 3. Notice Earth 3. Earth 3, numbered. In some of the pre-crisis Crime Syndicate appearances, the Earth 3 Owlman also has the ability to briefly control other people's minds, though it is unclear how he acquired this ability. When he was knocked out, his subconscious mind was able to remain active enough for him to say a word, enabling him to travel to Earth 3. He was also able to see in the dark. See in the dark. Now, Owlman is really impressive because in the midst of everything, he is very powerful. He is, well, not powerful, just strong. He's strong. He has a power. And yeah, he's something Batman could possibly be, except for the criminal part. Batman the God. This Batman attained godlike powers through the Mobius chair. Through a powerful god Metron, he dethroned him and then took his chair. Now we'll be going over this next video, but until then,